What's good, brethren? Yeah, man, it's about 3:45 a.m., man, in the morning. Man, I woke up, man, I don't know what that dream was about, man. But anyways, I had, was just thinking about the various things that are going on in the world, and I want to just chop it up with your brethren. And, yeah, man, what came to my mind was a blitz, like football. I used to play linebacker, defensive end. I used to go in there and sack the quarterback. And my coach's my defensive coach, his whole thing was about creating pressure. So we did a lot of blitzes. And, this is like high school, so, I mean, it wasn't I was able to get a lot of sacks, and create pressure because their quarterbacks wasn't like professional, And then I remember one team we used to play, they used to always put their tight end. He was big dude. It was hard to get past him, man, but I still created pressure, but I couldn't get clean access. I used to get clean access to the quarterback because they didn't know whether I was going to blitz or drop back in the zone, but rarely did I ever really drop back in the zone. Or my main thing, they had me, my main thing, I don't know why, but it worked. We kept pressure on. Anyways, point is this. For those that don't know, essentially a blitz is like where you create more, you're sending more pressure to the quarterback for him to make bad decisions, and hopefully you can get a sack and clutter up the line of scrimmage. So maybe if they even do a run play up the middle or something, you can, make it so that they can't get any progress, But anyways, so I was thinking about that, and I was thinking about I was thinking about all the pieces to the puzzle, man. And sometimes, brothers, I can see kind of what's going to happen. And what I mean by that is like the spirits show you the things to come. I mean, it might be something small, like I think about a person and then boom, they pop up like moments later. And I was just thinking about that. And that happens very often from time to time. It ain't nothing that I can control or nothing like the X-Men, Professor X, that'd be dope. But it does, the spirit do show you stuff, man. And either through understanding or through dreams or like the thought pop in your head and then boom, it just pop up. It's not, some people say, oh, that's the this or that or whatever they say, I forgot the name they use, but in my case, it's the Holy Spirit, Spirit of Yah. But whatever they call it. But the coincidence, the conversion, I forgot whatever they call it. But, it's not relevant. But the point is, I be seeing certain things before they come to pass, man. And like being, you got to be circumspect and stuff. And I see event. When I mean I can see it, I can understand it is what I'm saying. To understand is to see. And sometimes I see a quick vision while I'm just, grocery shopping or something. Or whatever I'm doing. And then like, oh, shoot, I was just thinking about this person. And that happens a lot. But now I'm talking about what I see so far as just my opinion and stuff. And what I see, all these pieces to the puzzle, we're going to tie in what I'm talking about when it comes to the blitz. So when I look at world events, and I'm looking at a map right now, and what I see so far as America, Babylon, and then the Most High kept showing me these caterpillar, like I'm driving and I see a big nest, those nest of caterpillars. I see a big caterpillar nest, and like the spirit had my eye look up there when I'm driving out. I say, oh, another caterpillar nest, like that, And so, certain things I see, certain things I don't understand. But the point is that we know in part, and we have understanding in part, Anybody say, I understand everything. Well, I don't know about that. But the point is, what I see and what I understand when I look at all these pieces is that it's like a blitz of stuff happening right now. I mean, when I look at this map, specifically what's happening with America is like, let's look at what done happened since Trump been in office. Now, this guy ran and promoted himself as the peace president. And everything is like a blitz of bad stuff happening since Cuz been in office, bro. I mean, I'm a peace president. So let's just say what happened recently. You had the BRICS, what was it? The Shanghai organization meeting or something like that. Basically with the BRICS nations, Brazil, India, China, Russia, and it was meeting. And they looking powerful in Iran, and they're looking powerful. And it's a threat to essentially America's hegemony and power internationally, right? So basically you see all those different, the world is kind of like swaying towards Russia and China. You see what I mean? So far as money, so far as products being purchased. So let's look at all these blitzes that have happened, man. Remember, the blitz is to create pressure. And the whole thing is to have kind of like a attack that happened that you ain't even paying attention and you don't know where it's like misdirection, and you know what I mean? Have a whole bunch of stuff happening and you don't know what to focus on because there's so much stuff to focus on. I think they call that a Blitzkrieg, but it's some other term or whatever. But basically, like when we doing a football blitz, it's to overwhelm them, the defense, so that they make stupid decisions and turn the ball over, or we sack the quarterback, or we stop their run game. And so what I see since Trump in the office is a blitz game been happening. You know what I mean? Oh, they go start, like, number one, everything he said he gonna do, opposite of Joe Biden, he's doing primarily more. I'm gonna fix the economy. He destroying the economy with these tariffs that it put. It's like this dude is like, maybe he causing the other side. He causing BRICS to get stronger. The other countries, Russia, China, India, he causing these countries to get stronger because now they're tying themselves to each other, and coming as a strong force against like Europeans and Americans. Like, it's like this dude, is he purposely trying to make these people strong? These other countries, is he sent there just to collapse the dollar? Like, these are things I'm thinking about. Because, like, he can't be this inadequate and stupid. You see what I mean? So, I don't know. But he got in office, said he was going to end the war, the slaughter in Gaza, and this is just wrong. This nigga continue to fund, with your American dollars, the genocide and ethnic cleansing in Gaza. That's one. Number two, he going to stop he said out his mouth, he going to stop all these wars and all that. These entanglements, international entanglements. Then the nigga start a war with Iran and funds the war with Iran that the state of Israel does. Now let's talk about home in America. Dude, like, look at the blitzes. Now you have, in American cities, U.S. troops, armed U.S. troops in various, they say about 19 cities or something. We ain't got that here. And I'm like, yo, it's to stop crime. Come on, bro. This is primed. America is primed for like a false flag attack, like a 9/11 or something, because they putting the chess pieces in place so that when something happens, they already got the military there to keep the Americans in check. You see what I mean? Like, it's as clear as day, bro. And then you look at it scripturally, you look at it, they say that a man shall desire to go from one city to the next, but he won't be able. That's martial law. That's people breaking in, and people just basically locking up the cities or locking up, kind of like when you see various movies, end of the world movies, you will have like some of these documentaries and stuff. It's always the same. Everybody, we gotta go to, the rural areas, and they get on I-75 or whatever, they get on the interstates, but everybody got the same idea. We need to flee the cities. And then everybody's trying to do the same thing at the same time. Then it's like a Los Angeles, parking lot on the internet, not internet, but the internet, interstate, on the highways and stuff. So now all these people is just stuck, bottlenecked. And that's prime targets for robbers. It's people that can't move and got their whole life savings and their whole life. They're like, oh, we got to get out the cities. We got to get out of the cities. That's like the prime targets, bro. They can't, they got goods. They ain't going nowhere. Everything they got is in their car and traffic ain't moving. So you already know the thief element, the crime is going to increase, man. So it's like all you need is some kind of false flag to push, that's what I'm looking at, man. Oh, yeah. Now the other piece to the blitz, is you got gold is at an all-time high, man. What's that now? Let me see. It's at an all-time ever high, meaning that the dollar is at an all-time ever low. Partially because a lot of countries are not dealing with the dollar no more. A lot of the BRICS countries are doing transactions where they used to do transactions in a dollar because the dollar was a world, reserve currency. Still is, but the United States is not able to bully other countries. You use the dollar or else we're going to bomb you. Use the dollar or else because we say so. America tried to, through Trump, to bully. Tariffs was like a bullying tactic. We're going to bomb you financially if you don't do what we say. And China said, F you. And other countries said, F you. Brazil said, F you. And now America's like, humana. And so now other countries are like, we need to stop dealing with the bully America. We need to deal with each other. And so that reduces the American dollar value. It's like now people, because before you could only buy oil, and that's like one of the most important commodities is oil that countries consume and stuff. Oil turns into gasoline and also turns into diesel, and you can use petroleum oil to create rubber, plastic, and all the stuff that goes in your TVs and computers, your rubber tires, trash can is plastic. You know what I mean? Plastic, bro, that comes from petroleum. They melt it down to whatever temperature and all that and all the processes or whatever. But so America has lost a whole lot of power since Trump been in office. Gold is at all-time high, meaning the dollar is at all-time low since he's been in office. He's funding a war. Here's another one. He continues to fund a war against Russia through Ukraine, even though he said he was going to stop it in one day. Y'all see the okie doke, bro? The blitz, man. It's a lot of blitz happening. So, but then I have a lot of peace of mind because, the scriptures say that don't be weary for, in the time of trouble, he's going to take care of you. Others going to be, weeping and but he's going to give you basically peace of mind because you're going to be able to pivot. You're going to know what's happening. Like I'm looking at the stuff, I'm seeing distressed people. And the thing is like, it ain't really hit home America like that. And it's like the Americans, they felt the effects of the tariffs possibly to, the tariff, the taxes or whatever to a certain degree. But in general, Americans are still able to go do this and do that. And stuff's kind of expensive, but it ain't as expensive as, it could be. So Americans are just some pacified idiots, man. So let's look at it. A tariff war, a financial war basically against the freaking world. Bow down to what we say or else. And that backfired. The world said, F you, Babylon, F you, America. We're going to do business with each other. We're going to buy in our own currencies directly with each other and in gold. Damn your useless, overinflated fiat currency. And that's what's happening. The weak are saying that they strong. So they're not really scared of the bully no more. And so the bully needs a big false flag in order to get, I don't know if this is going to happen, but I mean, the pieces is like, America is collapsing is what I'm saying. And the other people of the world is like, F you, America. And you can see like, you can just see these pieces to the puzzle. So just something I was thinking, man, the Blitz, man. When this stuff, what it say? When you see wars and rumors of wars, see that you're being out of trouble. And that's what this dude promoting. It's crazy because he could really, Trump can really stop a lot of this stuff, but he not really interested in stopping it. Oh, my hands are tied. Nigga, you the president. How your hands is tied? You understand me? Like you going along with your other billionaire friends, and you played the role as a salesman that you was gonna come in and be a peaceful dude, but you continue to fund the genocide. You continue, like I said, I don't care about the fake Jews or the Arabs. You continue to fund the genocide. You continue to keep funding the next. Now it's probably gonna be another round of war with Iran, and America's funding this, bro. Like, and America's funding the war against Russia. It don't matter that Putin and Trump had a great event, and what does that mean? The same thing happened on that movie the day after, man. Oh, we're making great headway and peace. Man, it's cap, bro. They politicians. They liars. They showmen, man. This is showmanship, bro. So at the same time, they still sending more missiles and stuff to Ukraine to kill more Russians. Yeah, so when I'm just thinking about the Blitz, I'm seeing the pieces to the puzzle, man. And that's just something I just want to drop on y'all, man. The Blitz, man. The Blitzkrieg. And so in this time of overwhelming, continuous, multiple crises occurring, the whole goal is to overwhelm the populace. But I'm telling you, brothers, to, if at all possible, keep the peace of mind that you have and understand that this is supposed to happen. The fall of America is supposed to happen, but these are the chess pieces that's being put in place to make sure that that occurs. And it's collapsing. The dollar is weaker. And I would say any brother that has the capabilities financially to leave this shithole America, and stay away permanently, you might want to think about doing that. Because when this stuff, I'm thinking like, dang, when they lock this down, they're not trying to lose none of their slaves. So they're not trying to, kind of like when the COVID stuff happened in 2020, then everybody, we got to lock everything down. International travel, locked down. In places like Australia, it became authoritarian where you couldn't even, you couldn't go more than 15 miles or something like that. I forgot, man, but you had to be in the crib at a certain time, or else or you could only go somewhere for a certain reason or something. No, I mean, they never really got that heavily locked down where I live in America. In certain, I heard it was tight, like New York was real locked down like that. But that's all. But that's something that you ain't even really see who saw a virus. You know what I mean? Did you see people running around like zombies? And did you see people dying in the streets, like body bags piled up? Did you actually? I didn't see that. I saw people, coughing and all this, but imagine if it was something that you actually do see, like a building collapse or something like 9/11 or something blow up. You know what I mean? It's over, bro. They already got the plan in place, and the people are already conditioned to be going along with whatever the government say because they stupid and malleable. You know what I mean? I remember when everybody just believed that dude Fauci. Whatever he said, everybody believed it. Like, damn, ain't nobody. I'm like, what's the alternative to what these people saying? Because you already know what they saying. It's bullshit. It's dog shit. Because bullshit, you can use it as fertilizer. But dog doodle, you don't even want to. It's a dog. But it's a technicality anyway. Cow manure is actually good for your fertilizer. So what they saying ain't even bullshit. It's dog shit, or pig shit. is worth like all they gonna tell you is the okie doke, but you don't hear no alternative. Then I was watching some alternative videos back when 2020 was happening to find the truth and stuff. Them channels, a lot of them channels ain't even around no more. My joint got flagged back then. Hey, I got flagged. One of my channels got removed somewhere around. I don't even remember. But imagine how the world was back then and how everybody went along with it. But imagine if it's a real event or a real series of events and crises locally. You know what I mean? Or actual real virus that comes out. You know what I mean, bruh? Consider it locked down, bro. And they already got the freaking military in place in some cities for peaceful purposes, of course. Nah, bro, they got them people, in my opinion, they got them people in place. So when the stuff hit the fan, they can quickly, easily, they already got their stations, and you just see it, bro. They populating the chessboard, bro, and putting their pieces in place because they know the Americans gonna be wanting to answer. Some gonna be rebellion. I don't know, but the truth is that if you have this thing, descend into chaos, like the scripture saying, nobody gonna give a damn about. Well, don't say give it, but ain't nobody gonna care about, the police, and ain't gonna care about the government. They don't care about none of that. You talking about real purge where ain't no food? Man, it ain't enough military people. Our military ain't even big enough. Plus our police, it's like a force of, I forgot, about 2 million total or something like that. It's a real small amount. The military plus the local police is what I'm saying. I mean, I know you got militias and all that, but when you compare it to the population is what I'm saying. And think about it. They said crime is down in many areas, but in like a purge situation, the police, they usually just come after something happened. You know what I mean? They don't, and they deter. They're a deterrence force for the most part. Deter you from doing crime, because if you do crime, you're gonna do time. But imagine people like in a collapse situation, ain't no electricity in some spots, or there's food riots. They can't even stop these YNs from going to these different stores and break. You can't even stop this. You can't really stop chaos once people. It's kind of like a stampede, a stampede of wild, bulls coming through, and buffaloes, I should say. You can't nobody stop no or wildebeest. You can't nobody stop no. You know what I'm saying? I mean, lions can barely even stop a stampede of wildebeest. You know what I mean? So imagine, that's kind of when you. That's another visual that the Spirit give you. That's how. Dang. That's dope. See, that's how the SHTF gonna be, because SHTF, in my opinion, and the purge and all that stuff is gonna be a bunch of wild animals, human beings, worse than wild animals. Worse. Because animals just do what they do. Eat, sleep, have sex, and do and do it again and reproduce, They ain't, vindictive, and they're not trying to go out and hunt other people and hurt. Buffalo just do what they do, man. They just eat, run, and they all do the same thing in a cycle. And yeah, they get fight, and yeah, of course. But they're animals. You understand me? The most wicked creature in the world is human beings, man. They worse. You understand me? Worse than wild animals. But when you parallel this, you look at SHTF as like a stampede of wild buffaloes. What I mean by that is that just as you have these wild savages, YNs running up in these stores and just stealing everything or whatever and then running out, that's a stampede, nigga. Once they get their mind together that they're going to put their hoodies on and face masks and they go run in this store, and, 30 of them. Yes, I mean, yeah, let's run up in there. Yeah. What you gonna do? You can't do nothing. They all wear hoodies. They run in and they run out. It's like a flock of dreadhead YN locusts. What you gonna do, man? What you can't do that? So that's kind of that's kind of how it is, man. But imagine, let's do an imagination session, because this is kind of like you basically talking about civil war, but you talking about civil unrest too, and you talking about people running out of food, prices getting too high, and it's blackouts, and ain't no police. The main thing I think would cause this is a lack of food. Well, that's what scripture say, the lack of food. I was thinking also like a blackout, but they're not really mutually exclusive, because a lack of food could be caused by a blackout and a lack of, transportation, trucks not running. I was looking at how important trucks are, man. Because if the trucks don't come, then food is not in the stores. And if you have a blackout, and you're going to have these raving, roaming groups of just crash outs, YN locust, crash outs coming in and taking it and then leaving by force, or whatever, bandits or whatever group of bad guys, and run in, you got a lot of, that's a herd of locusts. That's it's just animalistic, bro. But worse, because humans supposed to have a conscience, Yeah, it's gonna get wild, man. I was thinking about that. So these are all things to be considered. And when I look at it, it's a blitz, man. But that's what I think, that Purge situation, man, where you got people that, when I think about that Forever Purge movie, I'm like, yeah, that's pretty much, because you got a whole bunch of people in America that don't like other people because of this and that. Racism definitely is here, and the white man seeing this country becoming trash, and all these Mexicans coming over the border, all these foreigners. This our good country right here. And they're tearing up our country. There's about 50 million of them doggone Mexicans coming over here and disturbing our, and building up their houses and building up they businesses. And they need to go back to Mexico. Go back to Mexico. Bitter white dudes angry because the land that they stole, the natives coming back and stealing it back. With the natives being the Mexicans that was there when Texas, California, and Arizona, and California was part of Mexico. They moving back home. So white man, y'all can't move back. You go back to your own country. And then but you got a whole lot of bitter people in this country. You got the black man who's been suppressed, pissed off, and been treated the worst of all these people. Black American man. What happened when a black man get together and get his mind right? And go against his enemies. You gonna see this, bro. It's gonna be crazy. And even scripture talking about how Judah shall be in the midst of many people, like a lion in the midst of many people, or something like that. And who gonna stop him? Who gonna stop a lion once he done caught the food? See what I mean? And when you look at the midst of many people, that's what you got in Babylon, America. Many, many people. I was talking to this Indian dude yesterday. I said, basically just asked him about his culture and how people, he said we got different kind of ethnic groups and different people got different religions and this and that. I said, well, that's cool, man. And I said, so far as races of people, like, do you have different, like how it is here in America, do you have different races of people, like white, black, Asian, Hispanic? He was like, no. Majority of that is India. No. It was like 1.3. It's majority. So he said majority of their population is Indian. So I said, yeah, America is a unique country in that you have many and everybody basically here from all over the world. And basically America is about getting a bag, you understand me? It's not really about family and nothing like that, man. America is founded upon slavery and founded upon the dollar. Terrorism and thievery and slavery. You understand me? America, that's the history of America. So, I was kind of, as a side note, I was thinking, that's why, like, family culture primarily really don't work here in America. Because it was it wasn't really based on, like, you can't get away from the foundation of something. Like, a cherry tree grew from a seed, and then it grew up into a tree, and it's attached. His beginnings is a seed, a cherry seed, which meaning it's a cherry tree, and it cannot detach from what it is. Likewise, America cannot detach from its foundation of slavery, murder, terrorism, and all these, war, killing of innocents. This is a history of the white man here in America, and he cannot get away from this. Point is that main culture of violence and this basically being a money place. You know what I mean? There ain't a real culture. What is the culture of America? What is the culture of America? It's about money. It's about basically money. It ain't about no families. Maybe at one time it kind of was, but the foundation is the foundation, Like, for example, black people have black families, sure, but you're plantation wives and children is basically what you got here in America. You know what I mean? You still under your oppressor is what I'm saying. So you love your kids and all that, but you still under the oppression of your oppressor. The fact that you even have to get a passport to leave your country. Why should you need a passport to leave your country? You see what I mean? Why should you yeah, I don't know. I think that's, and think about it, if you got too much of certain type of debts, like whatever certain type of debts, you can't get a passport. You in a certain amount of debt, can't get a passport. Or child support debt, can't get a passport. Or this or that, student loans or some certain debts, you can't get no passport. Well, that means your ass is trapped and you in slavery. You see what I mean? That's slavery, bro. So, I mean, it's a form of slavery, bondage. Why should you need a piece of paper to be free? You know what I mean? Meaning that you ain't free. You should be able to go where the hell you want to go, bro. You know what I mean? So anyway, that's just but back to my point about what is American culture. From its foundation, it's about war, killing, bloodshed, stealing man as slaves, and terrorism and money. It's a place to make, it always has been a place to make a lot of money. America is one of the richest countries that there ever been. And the farthest reaching countries there's ever been. So we look at the Blitz of what's going on, specifically with America. You're looking at a country that's basically on its way out. And as it began, it's going the same way out. You understand me? It began with terrorism, war, slavery, and when this stuff hit the fan, it's going to be war and it's going to be slavery because they're going to try to keep people in the plantation, bro. You think they got billions of rounds of hollow tip ammunition for fun, for target practice? Oh, yeah, they're going to use target practice. Or do you think that they're going to let you leave this country when the stuff hit the fan? Nah. One way or another, they're going to try to get they ain't trying to let their slaves go is what I'm saying. So as it began, it has to end that way. So even scriptures say that as a country, some of Babylon, as it has been lived deliciously, and basically it lived a great life. America has been the beacon of everybody want to come to America. You make money. Why? Make money. They make money off of slaves, and these white folks made a ton of money, and it sit real pretty. You understand me? Generations after using and abusing black folks for free. You know how much you can build up by having free slave labor, bro? Free, bro. And do whatever you want to these people, bro. Building up infrastructure, taking all their inventions, taking stuff that they done built and repackaging it and relabeling it as your own. for generations. And that's how America got up, bruh. And so it's going to get down how it got up, bruh. It's going to go down worse. It said double unto her. All of how elaborate and beautiful America has been raised up, double unto her. The pain, the misery, the famine, the death is going to come to her. You see what I mean? So, yeah, just something I was thinking about, man. The Blitz. So the Blitz is going to come. And that's part of, the Civil War, doubling onto her, the tragedy and the destruction. That's the Blitz. So when you tie all these things and you can see and understand them spiritually, it make more sense. So that's just something I was thinking about, man. The Blitz. And hey, I mean, my opinion, man, everybody do what they're gonna do, etc., man. But I gotta get back out of this stupid country because I can see the pieces to the puzzle, bro. And I ain't talking about going to Canada again. Canada, I ain't never went to Toronto. I would like to go back to Canada and go to Toronto, but at this point, I don't really care about the Western Hemisphere, like the West, like America and all. I'm looking at other places. Maybe I don't know about Colombia again, but y'all give me some pointers on Colombia. I ain't went down there in a minute, but I know you got the certain places that ain't safe like that. But anyways, thinking about that, maybe maybe Peru or something like that. But anyways, y'all opinion on this, or maybe some place in well, I ain't gonna say anything. But anyways, like, share, and subscribe, brothers. And stay calm and stay strong and keep peace of mind during the Blitz. Be calm during the Blitz, man. Peace.